Ancient China was known for having brilliant minds. Among them are Sun Tzu, Lao Tzu, and Confucius. In the late Han Dynasty, there was a scholar who stood out among his peers. His name was Zhuge Liang. Zhuge Liang was well known during the late Han Dynasty as a military strategist who served under Liu Bei. He was known to be extremely talented in music and literature, as well as being an accomplished strategist. Like other scholars, Zhuge Liang possesses the four treasures of the study, which were the brush, paper, ink, and inkstone. The ancient Chinese pride themselves on the discipline and technique in their writing. Zhuge Liang also contributed to China's large library of literature with works such as the 36 Stratagems and Mastering the Art of War, which illustrates his war strategies. Zhuge Liang also wrote and recited poetry in his free time. Zhuge Liang plays music as a form of entertainment and favors the guzheng. Being able to play music was often associated with talent during the Han Dynasty. Despite his superior intellect, Zhuge Liang remained humble and often discussed philosophy with his fellow scholars, such as life's questions and Taoism. The war generals often discussed war strategies with him, especially during the end of the Han Dynasty and the Three Kingdoms era. Zhuge Liang played a significant role in the Battle of the Red Cliffs, which was a key battle which ended the Han Dynasty and started the Three Kingdoms era. He continued to provide his expertise and remained loyal to Liu Bei and his family until his death. Even after his death, his legacy continued, and now his name remains synonymous with intelligence and strategy.
Lord, please forgive me!
How dare you call my name? God! Execute him!
No! No! No!
Hi, I'm Emperor Liu, and I would like to introduce you to my dynasty, which is the Eastern Han Dynasty. As you can see, I'm head of everything, and I created the laws and commanded the armed forces. And the local government is composed of a province, commandery, countries and district, with each province governed by a governor, and also each district having its own official. Thank you. Well, as you know, I, the emperor, was on top of everything in the social structure, followed by my wife and the governing officials and also my noblemen. Well, followed by the second tier, which are the farmers and peasants. And third, which are the craftsmen and artisans. And also, where slaves, they also fall into the third tier category. And it has been the most influential social structure in China back then and also now.
Ancestor worship was common in ancient China. Ancient Chinese would sacrifice food and animals to please their ancestors. They believe that the ancestors are the cause for any good or bad luck that happens to them. There were three main religions during the Han Dynasty: Buddhism, Taoism, and Confucianism. Buddhism was based on the teachings of the Buddha and was brought in from India during that time period. Taoism is based on balanced opposites, such as yin and yang. Confucianism is based on the teachings of Confucius.
During the Han Dynasty, the main styles of clothing being worn were long-sleeve coats and also long dresses. During the spring, people preferred to wear brown. In summer, people preferred to wear red. And in the autumn, mainly people wore yellow. During the winter, people would prefer to wear black. Also, hats were being worn to show status and social power. Red color was mainly worn only by the royal family, and and also of people of higher standards.
It is rude not to eat what you are given. And do not stab your food while you are eating. When you set down your chopsticks, set down on the plate horizontally. And then also, do not play with your chopsticks while eating. Hold the chopsticks in your right hand and between the thumb and your index finger. Please don't stop while you are eating. This is fine and you can laugh with your friends.
Arranged marriage decided by father were very common. The woman expected to listen and obey to her fathers and husband. Marriage is important because families want to have children, especially sons.
So today, I'm going to talk about art and architecture. So art and poetry become more common during this era, and artworks such as poetry, sculptures, and also painting were made in this era. So the Han people used the old Chinese, and the character used were known as silkscreen. Timber bricks and stone plaster were widely used in this era. So during this era, Han architecture started to experiment with more complicated roofs, and also built more watchtower, palace, temples, and also tombs. However, most of the architectures did not survive and were either destroyed or replaced.
Welcome to T.ride News. Today we have a special guest, Professor Sam. Professor Sam, how are you today?
觉得我很好吗？这副模样，确定有资格采访我吗？啊，穿着这副模样啊，戴眼镜，这树戴样子，这个电视台可以采访我吗？谢谢谢谢。
Professor Sam, can you tell me more about the technology during the Han Dynasty?
Okay, the Han Chinese used bronze and iron to create weapons and tools, and also the crossbow was introduced in this era, and it caused a major shift in weaponry. Okay, the Han Chinese also used a variety of ships for transport and also the warfare.
So, what were the most notable inventions during the era?
Paper and inks was invented during the Han Dynasty, and the invention of paper also introduced books which can be stored and accessed more easily. And also, other inventions during the era include kites, compasses, and medicine.
Okay, so thank you for visiting T.ride News. We hope to see you again.
Thank you for visiting my empire. So if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel below.